Theresa May has forced EU leaders to attention their minds on receive a Brexit transactions in the following 2 months. Proverb talks will not be stretched. At a lunch in Salzburg, she said her 27 peer pressure her priorities are supporting economical bonds and enabling promises to Northern Ireland are stored. Down there are suggestions the UK will put striker new ideas for regulating checks to address the present Irish impasse. It comes as the PM insisted the EU must as well reconsider its position on the boundary. In a speaking above lunch, Mrs May tense her severe proposals for next company operation among the UK and EU would provide a share-shut relation. The unofficial collection of EU leaders in the Austrian town is the at first prospect the UK PM has had to do the instance for her Chequers blueprint to some leaders jointly. Talks above the regulation of the UK's output and next relations are at a crucial phase. On 6 months to go up the UK is planned to keep on March 29, 2019. Mrs May's suggestion for the UK to mark up to a overall guideline volume for trading in consumer goods and a combination customs officer area is unloved in lot in her own side, who trust it will destroy UK independence and is not which human beings elect for while they supported Brexit in a plebiscite in 2016. Scotland's at First Secretary Nicola Beluga has told Mrs May must latency Brexit for March following year if down there is not a comprehensive treaty on next trade institutional arrangement. She told how take the UK off the Brexit precipice and out of an treaty would be the largest reckless item any PM has made in a really length period. Onto a elder by the government representative, the main secretary said her peer pressure how Brexit was a unequivocally complex problem, but one how could be finished on period. She told down there was no issue of the UK searching to expand the talks for March 29, 2019, as Scotch at First Secretary Nicola Beluga is inviting to, therefore delay the time of leaving. She said them she has placed striker severe proposals and the burden on all of us is to get them made. Her 3 priorities, she told, were defending Northern Ireland's location during the UK, protection trade links in the EU and supporting a shut safety relation in the EU to transactions in overall threats. On Northern Ireland, down there are suggestions the UK will this new proposals in the upcoming weeks designed at help break down the deadlock in the EU. Brussels has insisted Northern Ireland must remain verified in its rules except else decision can be found to prevent natural checks on consumer goods cross to and of the Irish Republic. The UK has told the EU's as called supporting is inappropriate and its stance must develop. But she told down there was no opportunity, as things stay, they will go everywhere close moving a various customs officer framework for Northern Ireland, that would build more than dispute on the boundary. And she told officials implicated informally recognize down there is slight opportunity how the decision is departure to be found in any of the engineering solutions, reliant instead of on a big policy go by one or both of sides. The might not be precise before Thursday while the EU's mediator Michel Barnier will short Europe leaders on advance in the talks. But Lithuanian CEO Dalia Grybauskaite and Slovakian Main Secretary Peter Pellegrini said Reuters how down there had been no advance on Brexit and the Irish boundary. Mrs May will encounter in the Irish Main Secretary Leo Varadkar and Europe Justice CEO Donald Incisor on Thursday. Over on Tuesday, the Austrian Chancellor Sebastian Kurz, who is host the occasion, told how both of sides necessary to trade off. Mrs May's trump card map, she added, was the hazard of a no transactions, that the EU is more worried on, if her own proposals are discarded.